last week was a huge New Book Tuesday, and I could not resist. So I brought quite a stack home with me. So quite a book stack here. So let me start with, put that one aside first. Gingerbread Bakery. Super excited for this. I did not read Pumpkin Spice Cafe. I started with the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, and enjoyed it. This is number 5 in the series. I'm planning on reading Christmas Tree Farm and this, both in the holiday season. I think this one takes place around the Christmas season. The number 4 in the series was a spring one. So I don't know if I have to read, I don't think I have to read them in order. An Introvert's Guide to Life and Love. Seriously, huge introvert. So this one called to me as I was walking past it on the table. Even though I'm the one that put it on the table, on my way out, I was like, you know what? I need this one. The one I've talked about before, The Austen Affair. 2 actors in an Austen film, enemies to lovers. Cannot wait for this one. And then The Summer War by Naomi Novik. Naomi Novik is one of my husband's favorite authors. So I want to try some of her work, and it's a novella. So, and it just sounds really interesting. It's, let's see, it's a young witch who has inadvertently cursed her brother to live a life without love must find a way to undo his stuff. So it sounds light enough that me, a non-fantasy reader, can enjoy it. And again, it's super short. I know I have some prompts coming up that are books that are 200 pages or less. So this would fit that perfectly. Oh, don't want to burn the books. Let's get them off of the flame. And then I've decided, for a long time I didn't collect books because, you know, having a bookstore that sells used books, when I'm done with a book, I tend to turn it back into the store so we can resell it. But I've decided that I want to keep pretty books now, books that mean a lot to me. So this beautiful gold edges here. It's a pleather cover, beautiful. It's embossed, so it has 3 dimensions to it. Of the Little Women trilogy from Louisa May Alcott. I grew up reading Little Women. It was a huge influence in my life. So to have a nice, beautiful edition on my shelves is going to be wonderful. And who knows, maybe I will read it again for the umpteenth time. Also coming out in the nonfiction last week that I got, where are the glasses? Why Fascists Fear Teachers. I was a teacher. My mom was a teacher. My son is now a teacher. I can't believe I have to have a son old enough to be a teacher. And we're all anti-fascist. So this is by a collection of stories and essays collected by the president of the AFT, American Federation of Teachers, which is one of the teachers' unions. And I cannot wait to read this. And then pass it on to my son, who's a new teacher. And then lastly, of the books that came out last week, The Hobbit, a graphic novel. So my husband is a diehard Tolkien fan. Like, it's he lives, eats, sleeps, and breathes Tolkien. And I've never read a Tolkien. Cannot get through them. They're too long and dry for me as a non-fantasy reader. But I told him that with this, I might actually read The Hobbit. I'm familiar with them because obviously I've seen the movies with him, and he raised our son on them. But now I might actually get to read The Hobbit as a graphic novel. And then an arc that I got to bring home last week that I'm excited about, Rainbow Rowell, Cherry Baby. It's an adult fiction. I know she's done YAs, some of her YAs, some of my favorite. So this will be her first adult book that I've read. I know she's written others, but this one just intrigued me. So I had to reach for the glasses. Okay. Everybody knows that Cherry's husband Tom is in Hollywood making a movie. Almost nobody knows that he isn't coming home. Tom is the creator of Thursday, a semi-autobiographical words, webcomic till it becomes an international phenomenon. Semi-autobiographical. That means there's a character in this movie based on Cherry, baby. Wide-hipped, heavy-chested, double-chinned baby. Cherry never wanted this. No fat girl wants to see herself charactered on the page, let alone on the big screen. But there's no getting away from it. Baby looks so much like Cherry that strangers recognize her at grocery store. While her soon-to-be ex-husband is in Los Angeles getting rich and famous and being the internet's latest boyfriend, Cherry is stuck in Omaha taking care of the dog he always wanted, the house they were going to raise a family in, and wondering who she's supposed to be without him. So, sounds very interesting. Doesn't sound super light, but I'm guessing because it's Rainbow Rowell, there's going to be some great comedic moments in it. And yeah, as a fat chick, I can identify with not wanting to see myself. So, those are books I brought home last week. Okay, so I had to take a little bit of a break because my battery died, and so charge your cameras, folks. So that was books I got. I'm going to now draw. So first day of fall, filming this. I want to get the fall cozy vibes going. So I created a TBR Teapot. This is one. I went to one of those paint your own pottery places. I am not an artist. It's just cute. And I printed out someone's bingo card, another BookTuber's fall bingo card, and I cut it apart. Play little snippets up here of me printing out and cutting it up and put it in here. So these are going to be prompts that I'm going to pull. I do have some book club books I have to read for September, October. The one that I have currently next up for me to read is called Life and Death and Giants. I'm hoping maybe it'll fill one of the prompts, but if not, that is definitely on my TBR for the month of October. So I'm going to pull 5 total, and let's see what we get. Shake her up. And the first prompt is, you all can see it. Is it right side up? I don't have my glasses on. Here we go. Can you see it? So it says, set in a small town. Okay, so something with cozy vibes. Set in a small town. Easy peasy. Yep, small coastal Florida town. This has been on my list to read for a year now. Friend Lindsay is a huge Gin DeLuca fan. This definitely has the fall cozy vibes because it's ghosts. So, Haunted Ever After is going on the cozy fall reading TBR. That was an easy one. Whew. Let's see what we've got next. I don't know if you can see that. It says leaves on the cover. Okay. So these up here are kind of my priority reads. They're not necessarily priority reads, but they purchased from last week. Definitely leaves on the cover. Definitely fall vibes. The Honeycrisp Orchard Inn. My friend Kelly just finished this and loved it. Said it's pure cozy cheese Hallmark movie type, which is what we need right now. So, Honeycrisp Orchard Inn going on the pile. 3 more to draw. A little bit of a challenge here. Let's see. You can see what that says. Focus. Come on, focus. It says academic setting or theme. Ooh. Academic setting or theme. So, well, I've got faculty lounge. Let's see if I have any others that scream at me that it's faculty or school. Oh, Teach Me by Olivia Day. So we have 2 romances already on the list. So let's see. Faculty Lounge says, a funny, big-hearted story with a sprawling cast of teachers, administrators, and staff at a Texas high school. It all starts when an elderly substitute teacher at Baldwin High School dies in the faculty lounge. After a bit of a stir, life quickly returns to normal, but not like it's the worst or even most interesting thing that has happened within the building's walls. That sounds fun. I already have 2 romances on the list. This sounds fun and light. I'm a former teacher, so school faculty lounge antics sounds like something fun. So faculty lounge set in an academic setting. Which really sucks because this has been on my TBR for like 2 or 3 years. I love Olivia Day. So I'm going to stick that back in my jar for another one so I can get her, draw it again. Let's see. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 2 more to draw. Let's see if I can get this to where the camera can see it. Okay. Sweater weather takes place during autumn. Oh. Takes place during autumn. This might take a while. I'm going to pause and we'll come back with some choices. Okay, I'm back. That did take a while, and I went through like 7, 8 different books, and the obvious one is the one. It's the only one that actually like clearly says it's fall, and that is if it makes you happy, definitely fall vibes. Get comfy with this cozy, slow burn romance set in the autumnal glow of a 1997 small town Vermont. And being as though that I am someone who was in my 20s in 1997, this is perfect. Lots of memories. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. Okay. Let it be a good one because I've got 3 romances on here now. Let's see, can you see what that says? Touch a little bit. Book that you've been putting off reading. Oh boy, okay. So, something that's been on this case for a long time. Yep, I know exactly what it is. The Change by Kirsten Miller. I absolutely loved Lula Dean's Little Free Library. And this came out in 2022. I've had this on my TBR for 3 years now. It's time I read it. Not really the cozy fall vibes, but it's been sitting for a while. Oh, let me just make sure there's nothing else here that has been sitting for a while that is cozy vibes. Oh, Village Library and Demon Society is one that's been sitting for a while. Has it been sitting as long as The Change? 2024. Nope. It has not been sitting as long as The Change. Yeah, you're not going to fit in there. So, The Change it is. Yep. The Change it is. That's the book number 5. Again, not super cozy vibes, but so a gloriously sharp and funny modern saga about 3 women who discover that midlife brings a whole new type of empowerment, putting them on a collision course with the evil that lurks in their wealthy beach town. So it kind of has evil lurking, so that kind of has spooky vibes. Kirsten Miller has a new book coming out in October, which is definitely spooky. It's Witches. like full-on witches. So this might be a good one, and then I can decide whether or not I want to go full-on spooky with Kirsten Miller. Her other book, like I said, Lula Dean's Little Free Library, absolutely loved it. Recommend it to everybody. So my end of September into October TBR, balance it out here. For book club, I have Life and Death and Giants. That's a mandatory read for me. Then I have The Change. Can you see that? Yeah, there we go. We have Haunted Ever After, Honey Crisp Orchard Inn, The Faculty Lounge, and If It Makes You Happy. I do have 3 other book club books to read, 2 nonfiction and The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. Those will be thrown in here sporadically. I have really been doing audiobooks, so if some of these are on audiobooks, I might end up downloading them and doing audiobook for one of these instead. Faculty Lounge might be a good audiobook one. I should see if that's an audiobook. So that is my new fall TBR. In November, I'm going to do the same one, but it's going to be more winter themed. I can count 1, 2, 3, 4. I have at least 5 winter themed books already on my shelves here. I don't really do Christmas, but winter themes definitely going to happen come mid-November through December, and I will do another draw with my TBR Teapot. And then for 2026, I have a poker game that I'm devising that I will be playing to pick my TBRs. So happy fall reading vibes and happy TBR building for you as we start to move into October. Thanks for joining. Bye.